Hello folks, Fuzzfinger here, thank you for joining me as we continue on with Final Fantasy XIII-2. So today we're going to be going to the Vile Peaks. There's two time versions, 200AF and 10AF, and we're going to be using both of them since they're intertwined with one another. Now to unlock the gate, make sure you have your wild artifacts ready. Obviously you're going to need two because there's two places that we're visiting. The first place is the Vile Peaks 200AF version, and the gate for that is in the Arcalite Steppe. Unfortunately, it's not like a lot of the other gates we've used. You cannot just go to it and unlock it, as I'm going to show you. You will still need the wild artifact, but we can't use it as of yet. Now, the gate's located just south of the Plains of Eternity. You've probably already seen it in your travels. It's not a far walk, especially if, like me, you're lazy and you use a chocobo. So we can just see it off in the distance. Now let's try and use this gate and see what happens.
I'm not sure, but this gate seems different from the others.
Very good, Kupo. It's been sealed in such a way that an artifact won't open it. We have to find out where and how to break the lock.
Okay, so to break the lock, in order for us to access this gate, we need to kill 3 giant Gigantuars. Then, quite easy as long as we have the right paradigms. They have a dangerous attack, which means in every paradigm we set up, we're going to want our Sentinel, which should be the Bunker Beast, which is what we collected from the Yashas Massif earlier on. So, set you paradigms up. You'll want a Saboteur to debuff the Gigantuars, and like I said, a Sentinel. Now, my Bunker Beast is level 37. So long as it's around level 30 plus, then you shouldn't have any problems. You'll need about 5k health, 4.5 to 5k health on it. The reason for that is that the giant Gigantuars use an ability called 1,000 Needles. Now you want this focused on your one monster, which is why we use a Sentinel, so it's not split across the rest of the group, and we can just use potions then to heal it if need be. So I'm just going to finish off sorting out these paradigms. Now I've set 2 Delta attacks up so we can use the trick where you can switch between them and not have to wait for the ATB to fill up again. Remember, you can only do that once every so many seconds. So to find these giant Gigantuars, there's 3 in total. We need to find, a bit like the cactus statues we found earlier, we need to find 3 more. Now the first one's just a little bit further over here. And just where all these cactuses are, that's where it is. Now, you can get a preemptive strike. In fact, you'll want to get a preemptive strike. When the enemy spawns, just run into it as usual and attack it. Unfortunately, that battle didn't go very well for me. I did kill it, but it was really messy, so I'm not going to show you that one. Instead, I'm going to show you the next one. Head over into the marshes. Don't forget you will need to use a chocobo to get over. And you can just see it flashing around here. You'll need to use the Moogle Hunt to reveal it. Oh, I think I've just gone past it. So I just need to head back. There it is. Now, they only use one ability, like I said, which is the 1,000 Needles attack. They start off using it periodically, but as the battle goes on, the longer the battle goes on, the more they start spamming it. If you don't end the battle quickly, it will literally keep getting fired out constantly, and you just won't be able to keep up. Be careful if you dismate your chocobo not to waste the Geishal greens, as I just did by jumping back on it again by mistake when you try and use the statue. So long as you've been following through the video walkthrough and you're at the same stage Crystarium expansion that I'm at, the battle should be fairly quick. So I do a couple of turns in Saboteur, with my Saboteur just to debuff the enemy. And then you can switch to Delta attack and start building up the chain bonus. You're not going to get it staggered, but you still want to get it as high as you can just to do more damage. So you can see his health is dropping quite quickly, and I think I actually finished this battle without even having to use a single potion. So my Sentinel's health does drop quite a little bit, but I do manage to kill him just in time. And that's all there is to it. The first time you kill one of these, you will get the monster crystal, guaranteed. And then for each battle, you get 1200 crystal gem points and about 2000 gil. So that's the second one. We just have to find the last one, which is actually around this area, but you can only see it while it's sunny. So you just need to change the weather. Oh, that's the second time I've done that now. Oh, come here, mate. Thank you. Okay, so that's all 3 Cactuar, giant Cactuar destroyed, which means we can now access the gate with our wild artifact. By the way, there's only one more wild artifact we need to collect. We can't get it just yet, but we only need one more, then we can access all the areas in the game, including all the optional areas. But anyway, we're off to the Vile Peaks, which itself is an optional place, but there's quite a few fragments to collect over both areas. So obviously, when you're ready, you can dismount your Chocobo and return to the Historia Crux via the gate.
Yes, we broke the seal on the gate.
And now that's unlocked, you can just select it, and that's where we'll be visiting next, of course.
The Vile Peaks, with their mountains of detritus and wandering pulsework horrors, have resisted exploration since Cocoon first floated in the sky. This graveyard of twisted metal was also a proving ground for Lightning and her companions as they struggled against their Lassie fates and their own inner turmoil. Sarah and Noel could never have known that the journey of the Lassie would bring disaster to the Peaks 200 years into the future.
AF. A large-scale distortion was observed in the Vile Peaks, a land filled with ancient debris. The Academy dispatched Blitz Squadron, an investigative unit, to check the area. The elite Academy force armed themselves with anti-paradox weapons. Their mission was simple: to find out just what was causing this spatial distortion. However, the airship carrying the crew disappeared within the clouds looming over the Vile Peaks. That day, 6 elite soldiers vanished without a trace. And it was my fault. I was responsible.
What is this place? Looks like a dumping ground.
The Vile Peaks.
Kupo?
You know, Lightning told me she came here on a mission once.
So your sister's been here too. I bet that's no coincidence.
So for those of you who've played the last game, Final Fantasy XIII, you may recognise this area, since it was one of the areas we visited in that game. And this is of course the battle music from the first game as well. So there's quite a few fragments to collect. They're not really that hard. There is a boss, well, 2 bosses in fact, which can be a bit challenging coming up, but it's fun all the same. Now to start with, to start the first quest, just south of the gate, we need to use our Moogle Hunt ability to reveal a dying soldier. So it's just down here.
Go, Mom, go.
Where am I? Who are you guys? Do you know how long I've been out for? The shadow! Where did that shadow go? I'm not sure what's going on, but I think it's safe to assume that I'm miles away from the rest of my unit. We were headed to our mission LZ on an airship. I remember there was a really bad storm that day. Out of nowhere, a dark shadow enveloped the sky and a monstrous creature appeared in front of us. We lost power. The airship crashed to the ground. Everything went dark. The next thing I know, I wake up in this place. And, well, you know the rest.
You got pulled into a paradox. Who knows? You might even be in a different time than before.
Is that possible? Are you saying this isn't 10 a.m.? Well, that means the others... Yeah,
Are you alright? Oh no, you're hurt.
seems like it. I'm trying, but I can't move my leg. Damn it, what am I supposed to do?
You stay here and try to get some rest. We'll go and find your friends.
Would you? I would really appreciate it. There are 5 others in my unit. Tell them Toreno of Blitz Squadron sent you to look for them. Here's a map of the land. I hope it helps.
So now we have the map to this area, and we are tasked with finding his comrades. It's quite a linear area. It is pretty much ripped just as the previous game, which was a very linear game. Now you can only go the one way at the moment. You can't head north at this intersection.
No, I don't think she mentioned anything like it.
So just carry on going south. We've got to find these missing soldiers. Some of them are in this time period, and some of them are in the 10AF version. Oh, before we go on, we do just want to set our Relentless Assault paradigm back up again, since there are random encounters here, even if they're not that common to begin with.
Like this. It's possible it was asleep this whole time.
Now the first soldier that or the second soldier that we need to find is this guy over here. We're going to have to chase him back through the tunnel we've just came through. And by the way, every time we find a missing soldier, we will get a fragment.
Don't kill me!
Now he does stop running, so it's not like you've really got to chase him. When you reach him, you can just speak to him again.
We're not here to kill you. We came to help.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna kill me. Wait, are you search party?
Yes, we heard the crazy story about a dark shadow that took down your airship.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The corporal and I were thrown out of the ship, and when I came to, it was standing right in front of me. Listen up, I'm only gonna say this once. Don't go any further. That thing, that monster, it's not something you want to mess with. If you value your lives at all, I suggest you turn around and go back. I'll go check on Toreno.
He said the corporal was thrown out of the ship too, right? That means he should be around here somewhere.
Now this monster I've just found, they are quite tough. So you'll definitely probably want to keep your sentinel out. Apart from that though, they might take a bit of time to go down, but they're not too hard other than that. Anyway, the plan for now is to just keep on moving through to the west until we come across the next soldier. The screen might sort of go a bit weird as well. Don't worry, it's quite normal. I think I'll run from that, since they're quite a nuisance to try and kill. There's a chest up here, just make sure you grab that. And you can just about see this soldier. along with some weird distortion going on up ahead.
Are you a corporal in Blitz Squadron?
How on earth do you know who I am? Who are you anyway?
We can talk later. Right now, we need to get you out of here.
You agreed to help find the rest of my unit? Comforting to know there are still good people in the world. But I can't go with you. I have to stay here. The monster that attacked us is still lurking around this place. A creature possessing that kind of power, who knows what kind of damage it could do to Cocoon. Someone needs to stay here and keep the beast occupied, or else the entire world could be invaded. No, you're just gonna get yourself killed. But if you two came all this way by yourself, then it's possible that you have what it takes to defeat it. Alright, if you want, give it a shot. But if you're serious, talk to my men first. That loathsome creature isn't going anywhere. Before you came to find me, you ran into a few of my guys, right? Falcon's the one to talk to. He's got a keen eye. He might have noticed something about the monster. Tell him that Corporal Thunder orders him to give you his full cooperation. That's my call sign. Thunder.
So there's our next fragment, and remember that the call sign for that soldier is Thunder. Once you've got the fragment and the call sign, you can start heading back. We need to speak to the second guy that we rescued once again. Falcon, I think his name was. And he's right back at the main camp now, so where the first soldier is. So it's a bit of running to do. To be honest, I'm probably just going to run away from quite a few of these battles now, since I just want to get back. In probably the next video, we'll be spending our Crystal Gem points again. So you're going to need about 22,000 of them. Just to bear in mind, so you can consider whether or not you want to run from the battles as well. And in the next version of this area, we'll be able to access that treasure chest and finish exploring the rest of this map. Oh, help if I went the right way. So just go over the bridge and then speak to Falcon.
The corporal's alive?
Yep, not him.
Are you joking? You plan on taking on that monster? Come on, you're just gonna get yourself killed. The corporal ordered me to cooperate. No way. He knows that no one has the strength to go up against that thing.
It's true. He's out there fighting all by himself.
The corporal's always been one to shoulder all the responsibility. Definitely sounds like something he would do. Okay, then how about this? What's the corporal's call sign?
Okay, so the correct answer is, of course, Thunder.
That's right. It's a really good job with the corporal. Fine. I'll tell you everything you want to know. The powerful energy source was being sent to that area from another time. In fact, it was so powerful that it blew up our calibrator. The creature's getting its powers from a different time. Getting rid of that power source should weaken it considerably. Take this with you, so you don't get lost along the way.
So once you've got the compass, that's everything we can accomplish in this zone for the minute. We will be returning later though. Return to the Historia Crux. We're going to go to Vile Peaks 10 AF next. I think we'll do that in the next video though. We're going to have to unlock the gate for it, which is in Academia 4XX. I've been Fuzzfinger, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you next time.